So I'll be showing some application of these formulas. The first form is this one where I know the first term and the common difference, and the another form when I know the first term and the last term. But so here is the question: find the sum of the given APs. That means this is the AP 2, 7, 13, 2, 7, 12. The first three terms are shown. That means you have to find up to 10 terms. That is n is your 10. So in the first question your n is 10. And what to find? And also let me write down what are given. A is given to be 2 first term, and the common difference is given A2 minus A1, that is 7 minus 2, that is 5. And to what to find? We have to find this sum in this way, okay, plus the 10th term. This is the question, and obviously this is nothing but your S10. So this is your S10. We have to find S10. Or let me write which is equal to S10. So S10. So here dA is given, D is also given. So we'll be using this formula. So let me write. Formula is n by 2. N is your 10. 10 by 2 within bracket twice A. So 2 into 2. A is your 2 plus n minus 1. N is your 10 minus 1. N minus D, and D is your 5. So in this formula we have used this form and put the values of n, A and D. So it is very easy to solve. What we do now, so this will be 5, this is getting cancelled, and here it is 4 plus 10 minus 1 is 9, 9, 5, 45. So it is 5 into, you have to add, it is 50, sorry 49, it's not 50, 49. So this is the answer. Okay, now let us do this one. Now here, first term is given in this question. A is given minus 5. D is also given. What is D? D is your minus, A2 is your minus 8. Minus first term is minus 5. So it is minus 8 plus 5, that is minus 3. A is given, D is given. But you see here in this question, it is number of term is not mentioned. If the last term is given, last term is your an, L is an. So last term is given, but for using this, so I will be using this formula. But for using this formula, I have to know n, where this n is not given. But I can very easily find out this n, because what is given? An is given, that is the last term. Okay, an is your minus 230. This is given. This is the last term. So I can use the formula A plus n minus 1 into D is minus 230. Then we put in the values of A. D is minus 3. We can very easily solve for the values of n. Or minus 3n minus 2 minus 230, and if I do transpose this to that side, so it will become plus 3n, will become, this will come to this side, so 230 minus 2 will be 228. Therefore n is equal to 228 by 3, 76. So I got the value of n by using this formula. Now, so I can use this form. So therefore, Sn is n by 2, first term plus last term. I'll be using this formula because I know n. So it is 76 by 2 into first term was minus 5, and the last term is, this is last term, minus 230. Minus 230. So by simplifying, I can very easily get the value. So the required, so n is your 76, or the required sum will be n76 is equal to yes, it is minus 230. 76 by 2, we can do the calculation. 38, if I cancel this 38 into minus 5 and minus 230, so it is minus 235, minus 235. And if I multiply 230, yes, so I'll be getting some answer. This into this, whatever will be, that will be the answer. And if I multiply, I think the answer will be minus 8930. So that is the sum of this series. When we take sum of this, it is also known as series. So in this way, these are two different kind of examples I've shown you, where the number of term is given directly and where it is given indirectly. That is, n is given, a is given, d is given. So I first find out the value of n, then I use the formula n by 2. So these are two different kind of questions. Okay. So next question. Given A315, that is the third term is 15, S10 125 means sum of first 10 term is 125. We have to find D, the common difference, and the A10 means the 10th term. So let us start. So these two are given means I'll be having two equations in A and D. So from A3, by the formula AN, using the formula AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D, I can write A3 will be A plus 3 minus 1, 2D. So that is 15. This is the equation 1 from this. Now I'll be using this S10. S10 formula, I'll be using which formula? In terms of A and D, so I'll be using this formula. N by 2, that means 10 is your N. So 10 by 2, this is N by twice A plus n minus 1 into D. N is your 10. So it is 10 minus 1 into D, that is given to be 125. That is S10 is, this is S10 by formula, this formula, and this is okay. Now let's simplify this one. So this is all, this is your 5 twice A plus 9D is 125. Okay. So now this 5 will cancel this. 5 into 25 is 125. So what I am getting, so therefore or the equation is twice A plus 9D is equal to 25. So I got the second equation. So now the equation 1 and equation 2 both are linear equation in two variable A and D. So I'll be able to solve them by any method of substitution I can use here, because from equation 1 I can write A is equal to 15 minus 2D. So this I can substitute in equation 2. Substitute equation 1 in equation 2, what I will be getting twice of, in place of I write 15 minus 2D plus 9D is equal to 25. Right, using, so it is 3. Next time using the method of substitution. So let us simplify. So it is 5D. It will go to that side, so it will become minus 5. So therefore D is equal to minus 1. So I got one variable D minus 1. So I'll put this value of this D in equation 3. So from equation 3, what is the value of A? 15 minus 2, D is your minus 1. So it is 15, now minus plus 2, so it is 17. So A is 17 and D is minus 1. So what we are asked to find D. So this I already got the answer. This is the answer. That common difference is minus 1. Now I have to find A10. So for A10 I will be using this formula. A10 is equal to A plus n minus 1. N is 10 minus 1 into D. That is A I got to be 17 plus 9 into D is your minus 1. So 17 minus 9, so that is 8. So that is also the answer. That is 10 is your 8 and D is minus 1. So in this way, we'll be solving this kind of question. So basically, you see, even in this AP chapter, we are using the knowledge of our linear equation two variable chapter. So using the AP formula and with the given condition, we'll be getting linear equation in two variable. So ultimately, we have to solve them and for the values of A and D, and you know, if I know A and D, I know any term of the AP. So that is the idea of solving this kind of question. So next question, what is given? First term is given, A is 8, then the nth term is given 62, and sum of first, SN means sum of first n terms is given, and you have to find n, that is the number of terms, and D, that is the common difference. So okay, so first we'll start with this, what is given, Sn. Now since the first term and n is nothing but your last term, first term and last term is given, so I'll be using this form. So let me write, Sn is n by 2, n upon 2, first term plus last term is 210. We start with this way. Observing what are given, we choose the form. Since here D is not given, so we don't use this form. Since the last term is given, so we use this form. So now, put the values of A and L. N by 2, A is your 8, and N, this is the last term, 62, is 210. So it is very easy to solve now. N by 2 into 70 is equal to 210. 0, 0 cancel. 7 3 is 21, cross multiply. Therefore N is equal to 6. So very easily you got the value of N. Came out with 6. Now next we have to find D. For that we will be using this formula. Now this is also given N. That means, now what is N is your 6. So what is given? N is 62. This is given. So N is, I already found 6. So that means A6 is 62. Now using this formula I can write A plus 6 minus 1 into D is 62. Put the value of A to be 8. 8 plus 5D is equal to 62. Or 5D is equal to 62 minus 8. It will be 54. Therefore, D is equal to 54 by 5. So, hence the answers. N is 6 and D is 54 by 5 is a fraction. Okay. Next question. Given the nth term is 4, the common difference is 2, sum of first n term is minus 14. We have to find n, that is the number of terms, and the first term A. So again we start with this, Sn is minus 14. So now D is given. So I'll be using this form. So Sn, let me write n by 2 twice A is not known, have to find. N is also, you have to find n minus 1, and D is given to be 2 is minus 14. So I have written Sn by this formula. Okay. So now we have to simplify. Now you observe one thing. There is a 2 in both the terms, so I can take out 2 common. So in this way I can write n by 2 into 2. So A plus n minus 1 is minus 14. 2 getting cancelled. So, okay. This is the thing, okay, right. So let me write n into A plus n minus 1 is equal to minus 14. And from here, n is 4, let me write down. Or I can do one thing, instead of, because n is given, so I can use this formula also. So let's see. Oh, this is one form, no problem. Also we can write down Sn is equal to n by 2 first term plus last term, that is the an is the last term. So therefore n by 2 a plus an is 4, a plus an 4, and that is minus 14. I can use this formula also. Let me see which one is better. If I use this formula, I am getting this way, okay, and if I use this one, then it is n into a plus 4 is equal to minus 28. Okay, so now again I'll be using this one. An is equal to 4, that is a plus n minus 1. D is your 2 into 2 is equal to, this is your an is 4, or a plus 2n minus 2 is equal to 4, or a plus 2n is equal to 6, equation 1. Okay, so what is a plus 2n is 6. So I'll be using method of substitution. So I can use here also. So let me see, a plus n. Okay, I can use it to be better, no problem. And here also a is your 6 minus 2n, all the same. So both can be used. I have to use the method of substitution, that is a will be substituted either in this or this. Let me see which one we used. If I okay. I think this method will be better. I can use this one also, no problem. So by the method of substitution, what is a? A is your 6 minus 2n. So I'll be substituting this value here. So it is 6 minus 2n, this a, then plus n minus 1 is equal to minus 14. So n into, let me simplify, 6 minus 1 is 5 and minus n is minus 14, or if I open now, 5n minus n square is a minus 14. But let me take both to that side, so it will become, n square will become plus and this will become minus 5n and this is minus. So I am ending up with a quadratic equation in n. When I substitute this here, I am ending up with a quadratic equation. So this can be solved very easily by the method of factorization. 7 to the 14. So if I factorize by splitting midterm, it will become n minus 7 into n plus 2 is equal to 0. We can verify. Minus 7 plus 2 minus 5, minus 7 into plus 2 is minus 14. So this will be the factorization, and from which I will be getting two values of n. N is equal to, when n minus 7 0, n is 7, or when this n plus 2 0, n is minus 2. Now what is n? N is number of terms which cannot be negative, so we reject. This one is rejected. So we accept this, n is equal to 7. So I got this answer. So this answer I got, this n is equal to 7. Yeah. Now I have to find a. So very easily I can find now. Therefore from this equation, a is equal to 6 minus 2n. A value of n 7. 7. So 6 minus. So these are the answers. A is minus 8. Minus 8 and n is 7. So basically here I can see in AP chapter, the knowledge of both the linear equation, two variable, as well as the quadratic equations are useful. That's why before starting the chapter AP, we have studied the linear equation, two variable, and the quadratic equations. Okay. Next question. Given the first term A3, number of terms 8, and sum, obviously it will be sum of this n terms 192, to find D, the common difference. So now we'll be using the formula because we have to find D, so obviously you have to use this formula. D is involved. So let me write down Sn is equal to n by 2 twice A plus n minus 1 into D. And what is n is 8, so that is S8. N is your 8 by 2 2 into A is your 3 plus N is your 8 minus 1 into D, which is asked to find. And according to the question, this is your nothing but acid, so this is 192. So I can write 192 is equal to, it is 4, cancels 4, it is the 6 plus 70. This will cancel again. 48. So 48 is equal to 6 plus 70. So in this way you can very easily find out the value of D. So what is 70? It is 42. Therefore D is equal to 6 7 40. So that's the answer. So simple. Okay, that's all for today.